Good day, collectors. This is Scaling Drive back with another review. Today I am reviewing the Volkswagen T3 Custom. As you can see, this is a 2024 release casting. Yeah, 2024 release casting, which I have been planning to review for a long time. In fact, I believe this was one of the contenders in the best casting for 2024, and I chose actually the Aston Martin DB4 in that. And this was a close contender, I would say. If I was a fan of vans, I would, yeah. But I had to choose a car only. Aston Martin DB4 just blew it up. Okay, coming back. Yeah, so this is a radical casting by Hot Wheels designer Brian Zhao. Yeah, he really threw it out of the park in this casting. And this is a take on the standard Volkswagen T3, which I have there in the background. Yeah, there's a modern take converted into sort of a super van, and it's inspired from the Ford super van, which you can see these two blisters in the background. This is also another fantastic release by Hot Wheels. Yeah, so this will be an interesting little review of this fantastic casting. Yeah, I'll be opening both these colors. uh, this is the first release, and this is my favorite color, definitely. Metal flake champagne and brown. Yeah, so this is metal and this is plastic part, but they have constructed it beautifully, I would say. They need to reduce the metal cost and have to use some amount of plastic, but this design is fantastic, simply fantastic. The second one is blue and you can say creamish white or pearl white. Yeah, this is also nice color combination, like it. Third one is also calm, which I believe is same white and red. That is also a nice color. And fourth, latest one has come again, pearl white and yellow. Yellow one I don't like because the plastic is quite evident in that, in light colors. I don't know why. So, but I have these two first two ones. I'll open these up and we'll compare these. Yeah, just a brief history of this casting. Actually, the model from Volkswagen. This transporter is basically a light commercial vehicle, and it came out originally in, I believe, 1950s. Yeah, I have here a transporter. This particular commercial vehicle has been called by various names around the world: transporter, combi, microbus, and camper, like those camper vans there in the back. And this is one of the original variants. Yeah, this, you can see the number plate, it says 1960. Okay, this is bull 1960. This is a beautiful little casting I have from Hongwell. Yeah, just to give an idea of its humble origin. You can see the chrome exhaust in the rear. Yeah, so this is a panel van, beautiful little Volkswagen Transporter. This is an early variant from the 50s, or rather, you can say 1960. But we'll be moving along. Some other names this has been called by is Caravel, Microbus, and Vanagon. I remember having a Sanagon by Hot Wheels from 1980s during my childhood. I can't find it right now. I have it, but yeah, Vanagon must be something related to the Sanagon. Yeah, so these are the various names that have been called, and as you can see how the design evolved. This is more a rounded vehicle, rounded shape, and it evolved into a more square body shape for better space management. But the layout of the engine remained the same: rear engine layout and front cab over design, forward control, you would say, in which the cab part sits above the front axle or maybe a bit ahead of it. So that basic theme remained the same. from, I believe, late 1970s till the early 2000 for this T3. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the T3 only now. Yeah. So, as I said, the styling of this van was inspired by the Ford Supervan 4. Here I have this Ford Supervan 4 as well. So you can see, let's open this. It's already open actually. And this was designed by Ford as a performance van. And the rear is beautifully done. Here it's all white, and here you can see the blue. It's also, this is also beautiful little casting which I'll review. So you'll be able to see the design inspiration for this Volkswagen T3 is from this Ford Supervan. Yeah. Okay. So Hot Wheels designers have really turned a hippie, peace-loving van, cute, peace-loving van, a camper van. These are Majorette castings. These two beautiful castings by Majorette, and this trailer is all metal and really heavy, and with opening features as well. You can see this. The door opens in this, and here it has a sliding door. I don't know if any Hot Wheels has any sliding door, but this Majorette has. Beautiful casting. So humble little van, they've turned into a mean street machine, racing machine. Yeah, that's a really nice inspired take. So let me just latch this on. Let's keep this in the background to give a feel of the Volkswagen era. And let me start by checking out the card art on this one. So there's some details. You can see the lights, LED lights, and some branding on the windscreen, which is a bit odd. It blocks view because we think it's right hand drive, but it's US, so it must be left hand drive. And yeah, nice design. A card art looks really realistic, but you can see the empty space over here, as in this casting over here. Yeah, so interesting. Card art is really nicely done, I would say. Okay, so let me uncard this. Okay, not a nice clean rip, but anyways. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Wow, beautiful use of color and material, I would say. So let's talk about the construction first. Yeah, so this top golden part is metal. Yeah, nice. And it's not easy to give this kind of bend in metal, so that's quite a good design, I would say. And this bottom brown part is plastic, which is fine. Which is dark color plastic is fine. As I said, the one in yellow looks quite ugly, so this is the best color combination I think as yet. And the base is black plastic, which is again nice. Yeah, so three different kind of material is used, and you can see the interior is, I think, brown only part of this plastic lower half. Yeah, interior is brown. Nice. You can imagine brown interior, or even maybe a hippie blue. Yeah. So anyway, so looking at the side, this has got gold chrome aero disc wheels which look nice. I don't know if they're period correct or no, they don't need to be period correct because this is a modern take. Yeah, so this looks really racy and nice. And we got number 79 which maybe, yeah, I think this is based on a 79 T3. So that's why the number 79 over here. We have the Hot Wheels logo, and we have this kind of smiley, googly eyed smiley, which you can see on these headlights also. I don't know, looks similar. Anyways, there we got three lines over here and two crosses and T3 over here. Just some racing livery. And what does it say over here? Caution something. I can't read really clearly. Okay, I just checked the text online. It says caution intake, hot intake or something. Caution intake, yeah, with a caution triangle and exclamation mark. B Zhao is the name of the designer, Hot Wheels designer, Brian Zhao. And it says something else. Adrio, I believe he's another one from Hot Wheels, Mattel designer. And we can see FNC, which stands for forward control, like cabbed, which is forward of the front axle. Yeah, so I believe that's what it means. You can see some gap over here. Let me use a toothpick. Yeah, you can see some gap over here. That's part of the design language, I believe. Yeah, here also you can see, which is fine. It's made to look a little space age, which it does. Yeah, there's some indentations over here, which I believe must be related to aerodynamics or something else. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so again, this is a nice design accentuation over here. And color, I said this is a champagne, metal flake champagne they call it, with some highlights in black, which really accentuates it. Looks nice. So the window area is quite wide, and we have got a front quarter glass as well, like in older Volkswagens. Let me check over here. These ones don't have. This one has. This is a T1, actually, I believe. Yeah, T1. T1 again from Majorette. Beautiful casting with the surfboard, and the side panel also opens. Yeah. So yeah, you can just was checking the quarter glass. So I do get carried away with castings. Yeah. So anyways, there's a door. Let me use the toothpick for better pointing. Door handle is there, and there's some rivet design over here, which is nice and deep and really looks like these panels have been riveted. And we have got some louvers over here, again aerodynamic louvers, which you see in sports cars nowadays. Yeah. Coming to the roof, oh, roof is also racy. Okay, so this kind of design language carries on to the roof as well, sort of a funnel design. So this is definitely for aerodynamics, funneling in the air and shooting it out over here so that the back doesn't get light. But I believe it's a rear engine vehicle, so it would be heavy at the rear. So we got some roof strengthening design lines also over here. Okay, and we've got some maybe roof marker lights, or are these just design? Let's check out the card. No, this is just a design, no marker lights. Again, made to look at aerodynamic. Yeah. So let's move on to the front. Moving on to the front, you can see here the brilliance. Let me check. This is black. Okay, so here you can see the brilliance of the design, really. So you have this champagne gold metal top. This black piece is part of the black base, which forms the front splitter as well, and maybe some air intake for the cabin, but because for engine it would be from the rear only, I believe. So yes, and this black plastic piece looks more sophisticated than I can think. And what is this? Is this a transparent piece? Wait, don't tell me then. I need to shine some light. Oh wow. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. The design is even brilliant than I thought. Yep. So basically, not just three, there are four different kinds of material used here. So this piece, this particular is transparent piece, part of the window piece. Wow. So black piece, plastic base, this brown piece, which also forms the interior, this plastic, transparent plastic, which is part of the windshield, this black piece, which is again part of the base, and then the metal top. Wow. What a fantastic casting. My appreciation of this casting increases now. Yeah. Fantastic use of material and construction. Yeah. So coming back to the casting, here you can see the nicely centered Volkswagen logo and modern LED lights. Yeah, two horizontal bars and a cross. Nice different design. But I like when they use sponsor logos. And here we have BBS alloys, Paco, Bilstein shock absorbers, and a cross-eyed smiley face over here, which looks cute actually. So this is, yeah, left and drive only. You can see the steering wheel over here, not in the video, but I can see it. So nice, cute smiley face. We've got some maybe other aerodynamic elements over here, and you can see there's a sun visor built into the roof, or maybe some extension is there. Nice design. Was it there in, yeah, you can see in the T1, you can see the overbite kind of thing which forms the sunroof, front visor, sorry. No sunroof on this casting, obviously, being a racer. So yes, we have got this gives, there are some grill details over here, which is nice. They could have done without it, but they gave some thin stacked horizontal lines to give the effect of a grill. Same over here. Very nice. This can be used for a license plate, but then this is a racing vehicle, track racing vehicle. So I don't know what's the requirement, but anyways, brilliant design, I would say. This side I would assume replicates this. No fuel filler cap over here. Fuel filling would be done from somewhere else. So yeah, there's some aerodynamic bits over here as well. You can see on the leading edge of the front part of the roof. Nice, 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 nice. I'm really impressed with this casting. And this side, as I said, is similar to the other side. Moving on to the rear. This is like you have to imagine a huge engine over here, and these are the aerodynamic bits. Air goes through here, okay, to make it streamlined. And we have some rear splitter design, which is like a shape like a V. It's like a U or V shape, you can see, and some rear splitter details again for aerodynamics. And maybe there's some lights over here. Is it depicted? No, the rear part is not depicted in the card art, so we can't imagine. So yes, again you can see the construction over here: metal, brown plastic, black plastic base. Uh, Not much to see at the rear, but it's flows nicely into the rear, which is part of the overall design theme. You can see how the V over here looks really radical casting, I would say, and you can see through this aerodynamic part as well. Let me open the other one as well. Yeah. So just to compare the colors. So yeah, same design. The windows are lightly tinted, yeah, in both of them. So yeah, brown still looks, and this champagne gold on top still looks great. White is not bad. This is a nice follow up, especially with this 80s kind of design language graphics. I would say, yeah, the orange and brown shades of orange and brown and Volkswagen logo. So it's here the tampos differ a bit, yeah. This is more sponsor logos. This is a Volkswagen logo, Hot Wheels logo, and Zhao, which is designer's signature intake T3 over here. That's it. There was no T3 over here mentioned. T3 mentioned over here in this one. Okay, so they changed the design a bit, graphics a bit. Yeah, tampos here. Okay, the roof, the aerodynamic part looks even nicer. Looks like a shape of a Concorde if you have a triangle over here. Nice, yeah. So this one looks a little more plasticky. We can see the veins of the plastic over here, yeah. But still not bad, as bad as the yellow one, I would say. Red is also fine. I have that, but I couldn't find it. So this is still the best. And the wheel Aerodisc gold chrome or Aerodisc look good. And this one has DD8, which look, I think, even better with an orange chrome lip, or was it copper chrome lip? Yeah, these DDAs looks make it look even more technical with the hub kind of design. Yeah, so nice. Let's come to the front and compare these two. So these are the sponsor logos. So I would value this casting more because this has got sponsor logos. This has only got Hot Wheels 25. 25, maybe this one I think came in 2025, so maybe it signifies this was released in 24, first one, and second one came in 25, I believe. So yeah, that's why 25 over here. Okay, again the same use of materials. So yes, I like this 80s kind of graphics, colors, use of that. Beautifully done. These first two, both of these versions are really nicely done, I would say. Love them. Yes, if I had seen them before, they would have been close contenders for the 2024 new, at least new design of the year, next to the Aston Martin DB4. Yeah. There's no mention of the powertrain of this vehicle. Like for the Ford Supervan, they said it's powered by four electric motors, which like generate, I don't know, maybe even 1,000 brake horsepower. I'm not too sure. Yeah, this is the regular treasure hunt release. Yeah. Oh, nice contrasting neon green on this one. So on this, they had mentioned that the power is from this is electrically powered. This one could also be, I don't know, but the focus here is on the design language. Yeah. So I would say Mattel is really hitting out of the park with these new designs, even if they are using more of the plastic material. But this is again, I would say, one of the best periods for Hot Wheels. 2023, 24, 25 has also been good, yeah, but generally good times don't last. So I have been loving these castings and hoping that will continue, but then design languages change, people change, and then they'll one day might think these are more for collectors, let's release it for more vehicles for children, like these fantasy castings which I have to buy sometimes. in order to get some good castings, because in India sellers don't sell good castings standalone. You have to buy some fantasy castings along with them. Okay, enough of the ranting, and hope you like the review of this fantastic and legendary commercial van, which really revolutionized um, transporting not only goods but people also. The hippie era, see the peace sign, surfboard. Yeah, what a legendary vehicle by Volkswagen, and a fantastic little casting by Hot Wheels. From a humble van with a flat four engine in the rear, puny little flat four engine, I would say, decent for that time, but for that period it wasn't a very big engine, but it moved Europe at least, and ushered in the, not really ushered in, but helped the hippies move around as well in the 60s 70s. Yeah, so here's my review. Let me know how you liked it. Do you want me to review the super van as well? Okay, I'll do that next. Please like, share, and subscribe. Cheers from Scaling Drive.